Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Monday again. It is Monday, May the 19th. We're here to look at the new releases that are published this week. We do this every day of the week. We do Monday through Friday, a different genre every day. And on Mondays, we look at cozy mysteries. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. Our next sprints are tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, every Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday afternoons. Good morning, Elena. How are you? You're having a great morning and finished your books this morning. Well, we'll give it to you. Yay! Congratulations! Woo! Good job. Good morning, Mary. Happy Monday. Glad to be with you this morning. Friday, I spent all day trying to get my internet back. Oh, a frustrating and maddening day, but finally success. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry you had that. Kim says, good morning. And Elena says, no sprints today. Not on my channel, but I will have them tomorrow. And if you can be there, that would be nice. If you can't be there, it's okay. Let us look at, I don't have this running, do I? There we go. Oops. Let's look at some cozy mysteries. And Mary says, hi, Kim. My neck is stiff. First up, a book I was looking forward to all year. Love this author. I have read it. The paperback came out a week early, so I've already read it. And highly recommend this series if you're looking for a historical mystery. And in June, the Midsummer Hiss Mist is coming up, so you can check this out maybe. This one is book 9 in series, the Lord Julian Mysteries. This is called A Gentleman of Questionable Judgment. Of the Sport of Kings, Lord Julian Caldecott is inveigled into attending a 2-week-long informal race meeting, though he has little interest in fast thoroughbreds or the people obsessed with the sport of kings. Julian joins the horse party strictly because he hopes to spend time with his fiancée, Miss Hyperia West, though he does agree to report any unusual observations to the race organizer. Or a game for fools? The wrong horses start winning and losing from the first day. Tempers flare and accusations fly. Julian watches carefully as fortunes are wagered, and still he cannot see who is rigging the races or how. When suspicion turns on Julian himself and his own honor is challenged, the race becomes life or death. Will the best sleuth win, or will Julian become a cheating scoundrel's next victim? Kim says it's on Stormy's channel for sprints tonight, depending on the weather. Sarah, if necessary. Sarah is playing backup. And Kim says hi to Mary. This is another historical mystery series. I've not read it, but this is book 3 in the Alewives of Colmar series, The Monstrous Murders. Apple, Greta, and Effie, the 3 alewives of Colmar, are enjoying a calm month of brewing and friendship after solving the deeply unsettling riddle of the severed hands. But peace is not destined to last for long. The disappearance of 2 novice monks in the care of Friar Wucherus spark tales of supernatural beasts on the loose, and when a lowly street sweeper is terrorized one night, fear stalks the town like a monster. Theories of demons and beasts run wild. Could this foretell another great mortality like the one they only recently survived? Could it be an evil spirit sent to punish the wicked citizens of Colmar? The alewives would rather not involve themselves, but everything changes when a body turns up near their canal. The threat is too close to home to ignore. Once more, Apple, Greta, and Effie must put their sleuthing skills to good use, while ensuring they don't also fall prey to the supernatural menace. Death at the Highland Loch by Lydia Travers, first in the Lady Poppy Proudfoot series. Scotland, 1924. When Lady Poppy Proudfoot travels to the Highlands for a midsummer party, the last thing she and her fellow guests expect is for a body to wash up beside the loch. Despite protests that it could have been an accident, Poppy is convinced it's murder and decides to dust off her law degree and hunt for clues. I don't know if she'd have a law degree in the 20s. But when the police arrive, the grumpy Inspector Mackenzie dismisses her evidence, insisting a crime scene is no place for a lady. The nerve. With the help of her trusted Labrador Major, Poppy begins to unpick the case, but she soon has two mysteries to solve. As her host, Lady Constance Balfour, claims a diamond and emerald bracelet has been stolen. Could the two cases be linked? Was it Freddie the footman, a favorite of her ladyship, or American actress Miss Cornet with a keen eye for jewels? Or with such a dazzling guest list, was someone from the local village tempted into the grounds by the party? When a woman bearing an uncanny resemblance to Poppy is attacked, she realizes that someone wants her off the case. Someone connected to Balfour House is a murderer and a thief, but who? And can Poppy solve the mystery before she too washes up beside the loch? But the loch is the lake. Cindy Bell has a new one, Heist in Little Leaf Creek, number 27 in the Little Leaf Creek Cozy Mystery Series. The locals are dressed up and ready to welcome a new gallery in Little Leaf Creek, but before the celebrations can begin, the evening takes an unexpected turn. Soon, Cassie and Tessa find themselves drawn into puzzling mysteries that have everyone talking. With a long list of suspects and more questions than answers, Cassie and Tessa, along with their trusty animal sidekicks, must piece together what really happened. But the deeper they dig, the more tangled the mysteries become. Can they uncover the truth before it's buried for good? Recipes included Tessa's strawberry tiramisu. End of that row. Peril in Piccadilly by Jenna Bennett. 7th in the Pippa Darling mysteries. Someone is out to get Pippa Darling, or perhaps not. The tumble down the stairs into the underground involved a lot of people, all of whom said someone pushed them, and all of whom no doubt had wronged someone somehow at some point. And the Hackney Club cab that jumped the pavement and tried to run Pippa and her flatmate Christopher down on their way home, well, it might have been after Christopher, mightn't it? It might even have been after Lady Letitia Marsden. She wasn't there, of course, but she looks rather a lot like Christopher in drag, and he was dressed as his alter ego Kitty Dupree at the time. Neither Christopher nor Pippa would mind very much if Letitia were to be run over. It would save Christopher's cousin Crispin from having to marry her, but of course it wasn't either of them in the Hackney. They were too busy getting out of the way of the tires. If Letitia was the intended victim, the jewelry theft at Marsden House might have had something to do with it. The Sutherland engagement ring is gone right out from under Letitia's nose. She even saw the man who took it, not to recognize, of course, but perhaps he doesn't know that. So yes, it might have been Lady Letitia in the headlamps of the Hackney. Or it might have been Christopher, or it might have been Pippa. That description just irritated me. It just, I don't know, something about it just irritated me. Do better. Mining Mayhem and Murder by Martina Dalton, 3rd in the Gold Rush Alaska Cozy Mysteries. That recipe didn't tempt you in the least. Strawberry tiramisu. It's all fun and scones until someone gets murdered. In Gold Rush, Alaska, the coffee's strong, scones are flaky, and the secrets run deeper than the old mine tunnels. Denali Dahlgren figured her biggest drama would be adjusting to small-town life and keeping her husky pup from terrorizing the pastry display. But when a mysterious stranger wanders into her cafe spinning tales of gold, it kicks off a chain of odd happenings that even her signature cinnamon rolls can't fix. Now Denali's juggling cryptic clues, suspicious locals, and a bizarre warning from the town's most mystical bookseller, all while trying to keep her cafe running and her romance with a rugged bush pilot from fizzling out. With mayhem brewing and mystery bubbling up like a hot latte, Denali's going to need more than caffeine to get to the bottom of what's really going on in Gold Rush. Win Some, Lose Some by Cindy Davis, and there's an illustrator listed. Why is there an illustrator? This is part of Welcome to Magnolia Bluff series. It looks like it doesn't tell us which book it is in the series, but you see that little Magnolia Bluff sign all over the place, so this is well established. The R&R in Alaska was great, but Hannah, Bliss, and Whitney are happy to be home until they walk into the house to find a strange man dying on the braided rug in the living room. Their resident ghost has no idea how he got there. While on vacation, the girls made a pact. No more investigating. Too dangerous, too expensive. But the image of Randy Washburn on the braided rug of their living room, once seen, is impossible to unsee. How did he get into their locked home? Why? Who had a grudge against the father of 3 small children? The clues dropped at their feet by the intrepid Toucan Diablo are too good to ignore, and soon the girls are on the case. Motivated by Randy's murder, they decide to open a place where families like his, left alone after a devastating event, can stay and recover. Is it coincidence the setting they choose is the scene of a crime directly related to the murder? Class Dismissed by Bonnie Hardy. Book 4 in the Redondo and Rose Neighbors books in crime, Neighbors in Crime series. Viv and Rex's plans to return to community college and get their PI license hit an unexpected snag when their instructor, a seasoned private investigator, winds up dead the first day. So our class is canceled. Now, instead of studying for midterms, they're cramming to crack the case. With a college full of suspects, secrets buried in the desert, and a professor who may have been hiding more than just test answers, Redondo and Rose are once again in the thick of a mystery. Will their investigative skills and undeniable chemistry be enough to uncover the truth before the next body drops? End of that row. Bonnie Writes the Beatles, New York, book 3 in the series by Cal Smog. New York, 1964. Young journalist Bonnie finally lands her dream assignment covering the Beatles' American debut on The Ed Sullivan Show, but what starts as an exciting career break quickly turns into something much more dangerous and mysterious. While following the Fab Four, Bonnie uncovers clues to a plot that could stop the big show and derail the Beatles' biggest moment. With the clock ticking and the stakes high, Bonnie must team up with the band to unravel the mystery. Can she solve the case in time to save the show, or will the heist steal the Beatles' spotlight, leaving them out in the cold? Magic Spells and Wedding Bells, Book 6 in the Spellbrook Mystery Series by Renee Marsky. There's wedding bells in Spellbrook. Reagan is getting married again, but hopefully this time ends in happily ever after, except her bio dad's wife is on a rampage and Reagan is the target. With the help of her family and friends, she sets out to put things right and stop Marta from hurting those closest to her and get married for real this time. Death by Dreidel by Susie Black, 6th in the Holly Swimsuit Mystery Series. Mermaid swimwear president Holly Schlivnik attends an industry Hanukkah party to honor Rapido Swimwear CEO Lenny Waxman as the Mount Cedars Hospital Woman of the Year. The guest of honor collapses and dies in the middle of the event. An autopsy confirms that industry bully Laney expired as a result of poisoning by coming in contact with a purposely contaminated dreidel. When Holly's business partner is wrongfully arrested for Laney's murder, the wisecracking, irreverent Snoop sticks her nose everywhere it doesn't belong to flesh out the real killer. But the trail has more twists and turns than a roller coaster, and nothing turns out the way Holly thinks it will, as she takes on a ruthless killer hell-bent on revenge. And I forgot to click on it, so we'll give it its moment. I was distracted by the skeleton in a swimsuit. And I don't think that's supposed to be a pirate hat. No, it's a hat, but standing by a flag. I'm just confused by the whole cover. All right, moving on. Blackmail and Kitty Tales by Deanna Drake, 5th in a perfect relic cozy mystery series. When Rebecca Cuthbert volunteered to help with the Citrus Grove Women's Club Gala, she envisioned a night filled with elegant silk drapes, Egyptian-themed decorations, and tasty hors d'oeuvres, certainly not murder. But then the lights flicker out during the party setup, and club president Deborah Ralston is found dead, stabbed with an ancient dagger. With a Nexie purring by her side and a murder weapon steeped in legend, Rebecca must unravel a twisted web of secrets, blackmail, and bitter rivalries behind this sinister murder. Everyone from suspicious club members to scorned lovers is a suspect, and time is running out as Rebecca's own antique shop becomes linked to the deadly artifact. Can Rebecca and her cat corner the killer before tragedy slashes her world again? Sure. End of that row. The Cat and the Codex by Julie Ecker, 2nd in the Aunt Alice's Bookshop Mysteries. Elena says, good morning to Mary. And she also says, I'm reading Sarah's Key by Tatiana de Rosny. Oh, that sounds very interesting. Nell Murray thought inheriting Greybriars, her eccentric Aunt Alice's sprawling book-filled mansion, meant she'd left behind big city chaos for tea, tranquility, and the occasional mystery novel. But when Nell and her curious cat Gatsby unearth a hidden puzzle box filled with what might be Emily Dickinson's original poems, Nell's peaceful days are replaced with intrigue. Word spreads fast in the small town, and Nell finds herself fending off literary treasure hunters, including an overly dramatic poet with a flair for trouble, and a suspicious philanthropist with secrets of her own. But when the latter turns up dead right in the middle of a fundraiser book sale, Nell knows this mystery is more than merely historical. With the help of her best friend Cricket, a barista at the Buttered Scone Bakery and Coffee Shop, and the ever enigmatic drinking game Gideon, who may know more of Aunt Alice's secrets than he's letting on, Nell sets out to uncover the truth. But the more she digs, the more she wonders, is there a killer among Pepper Lake's most bookish residents? A Lethal Cocktail by Ciar Byrne. I have no idea how to pronounce that first name. 2nd in the Wolf and Bell series. Tudor Close Hotel, Rottingdean, is the most glamorous venue of the season, and not somewhere Virginia or her sister Vanessa would usually choose to frequent. Oh, those wolves. They're far happier at home with their writing or painting than brushing shoulders with debutantes or starlets. But Lady Ottoline has had a difficult year, so despite her rather outlandish tastes, they let her choose the meeting spot, and when the group bumps into fashion designer Mimi Mason at the hotel bar, they begrudgingly accept an invite to her wedding breakfast the next morning. No one imagined that a few cocktails later, Mimi would be dead. As the sisters are drawn into a new case, it becomes clear that someone meticulously planned this murder. Beneath the glittering exterior, there was a dark side to this beautiful bride, and every wedding guest had a reason to sabotage this happy reunion. But which one of them decided it was time to give Mimi a taste of her own poison? They are referring to Virginia Woolf as a main character here. I suppose it had to happen. Everybody is fair game. Deeds and Deceptions by Cheryl Dugan, 2nd in the Northern Lights Cozy Mysteries. Cassie Brooks thought she was settling into small-town life, but Northern Lights has other plans. When a beloved local business is burnt to the ground Rumors spread faster than the flames. Who is the Torch of the North, and what do past deeds have to do with it? As Cassie peels back the layers, new mysteries unfold, and it's clear someone is playing with fire to protect their secrets. With tensions rising and suspicions swirling, Cassie must rally her quirky allies and use her keen instincts to douse the danger before another fire sparks. Can she crack the case before she's toast, or will her dreams go up in smoke? We have time for one more, hopefully quick one. Afternoon Absentee by R.A. Hutchins, second in the Baker's Surprise mysteries. With one murder just solved and another looming on the horizon, the charming coastal town of Bakersley by the Sea is not living up to its reputation. Not for the residents of Ginger's Dance Hall, at least, where today's special on the afternoon tea menu appears to be betrayal. The show must go on, however, even if they are all spinning in ever-decreasing circles. With the shocked discovery of a body seemingly strangled in broad daylight and someone she cares about being labeled as a top suspect, patisserie chef Naomi Bramble Miller will have to cook up a storm in the sleuthing department if she's to rise to the challenge. And with the lovesick Reggie the parrot by her side, what could possibly go wrong? After all, what could be better than one parrot in a cozy crime story? Tensions run high in this high-stakes caper as everyone at Ginger's seeks to avoid making a misstep, though the general hysteria about the place could sweep anyone off their feet. Are the curtains about to fall for the last time at the ill-fated venue? All right. That's the end of that row, and that is where we will stop, and that is where the bell is ringing. All righty. So tomorrow we will look at the darker side, look at crime fiction and thrillers that are being published this week. Again, I don't have any sprints tonight. Our next sprints are tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope you have a good Monday. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching it now, thank you guys so much. If you're watching it later, I appreciate you too. Mary says, thanks so much. Hope everyone has a great day week. Glad too that everyone is safe under last week's troubled weather. Oh yeah. You guys got hit pretty hard. We are just cold and rainy. Kim says, have a good day, y'all. Napping today. Oh, I wish. That sounds so lovely, especially being dark and cold and rainy. Oh, well, do an extra nap for me. All right. Hope you guys have a very good day. And as the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.